just got trailer 2 for M3GAN 2.0. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Yes, it's me. What a shock, etc. My path to personal growth has been paved with disappointment. I think we can agree that my biggest mistake was that I cared too much.
Actually, the biggest mistake you made was murdering 4 people and a dog.
All right, I'm gonna put this in terms you can understand. I'm not the only killer robot. Amelia's stronger than you can imagine. And she's coming after anyone who can stop her. Including you, Gemma. Which, you know, bummer. But to get to you, she'll kill everyone you love. Including Cady. Amelia didn't think of one thing, though. Here's a clue. It's M3GAN, bitch. I take almost no pleasure in this.
Why would you want to help us after what we did to you?
I was programmed to protect Cady. He's the only thing that matters to me.
I guess I must be your chance at redemption.
I'm sure you had no intention of murdering people. Right? Right?
M3GAN.
Hold on to your vaginas. No matter what happens, I want you to know I see you.
M3GAN?
You better believe it, sister. You want me to drive? That's strange. Your neurotransmitters tell me you're highly aroused.
All right, that's enough. M3GAN, stay low. This is supposed to be a stealth mission.
Makes sense. Alrighty, real quick before I share my thoughts, be sure to join me down below in the comments section. What did you think about the latest trailer for M3GAN 2.0? What's your overall excitement? What did you think about the original M3GAN and the direction they are heading with things? So the immediate thought that I had coming out of this trailer, after the first movie, a lot of people criticized it for being too soft, that it was so overtly a movie that felt trimmed to reach PG-13 so it could go to a broader audience. That was one of the biggest criticisms. Not from me, like I'm perfectly fine with entry-level horror, and in particular is that like I have kids that are getting old enough that they can start to watch things, and I'm like, you know, there's a lot of stuff over here I don't want them to watch yet, but if there's some middle spot, I'm totally cool with that. And given, you know, the meme side of the franchise, the dance and everything like that, the quotes, you know, makes sense that this does not need to be the most hard edge horror franchise out there. And if it's entry level, gets more people to get into darker, heavier things, cool. But that was one of the big criticisms. Felt like in the first 30 seconds of this trailer, they were trying to make a whole point of like blood spraying on the wall, stab someone in the neck, guts. And the whole trailer felt like it was trying to make the point like, oh, the last one, you thought it was a little too silly. The last movie was too PG-13. Yeah, well, we got some edge in this one. Like trying to convince us that we're going to snap necks, we're going to slit throats, we're going to talk on the borderline edginess in here. Just so you know, this is not a kiddie movie. And at the same time, we're doing a dance, like closing out our trailer with a dance number at the end of it. That's my whole takeaway from it was this back and forth between we're going to lean way hard into the silliness, the meme culture, how can we get viral TikTok videos, as well as, but also it's not just for kids. We still got blood in here. We're still making sex jokes in here. We got both of these things going on the whole time. So just so you know, it's not just for kids. What do you make of that? I don't know. I thought the first M3GAN was a lot of fun, and they found a way to do a killer doll that is very 21st century, and as much as it was high energy, quotable, memeable, also kind of did tap into this idea of codependence with technology, unhealthy relationships with technology, and creating a version of that that is very literal and believable in an AI that's like a little girl that a girl who's gone through trauma connects with on too deep of a level. You go, all right, I kind of buy into that. And then you get all the fun hijinks and the PG-13 kills and a new memorable killer. Going into this one, I think there's room for a sequel. But I hope that they're able to find still the kind of emotional hook to it. Like, that's one of the things that just kind of elevated a little bit, was that it did have this flavor of dealing with actual trauma in the way that we can respond to legitimate pain by going to places that lead to new pain. There's a pretty deep thought in that. It's, of course, very fun. It's not like this great exploration, one of the deepest films of all time, but there's something there. And the trailer for the new one, it's not obvious what that follow-up would be, or if we're just replacing any depth with grander amount, more kills, more jokes, more dancing, more robots. Are we just replacing it with more of the entertainment value as opposed to trying to find another emotional hook to go inside it? That's what it felt like. This feels like a movie that I could go either way on, that even as I mentioned at the beginning, kind of this back and forth between the, look, we're going darker, look, we're going sillier, that I imagine that that's the whole conversation they've been had during the entire development process of which way do we lean? And it seems like the answer was, let's do more of both. Will it work? Will doing Terminator 2 with M3GAN be a good idea? I don't know. I think there's some stuff in there with, toying with the mother of M3GAN's not actually good. She's just, in this context, her programming is useful to protect a little girl. That's nice. The stuff that both this trailer and the last one seem like pretty indicate that they're leaning way hardcore into the sci-fi side of things, with neurotransmitters and programming ladies turning into incredible fighters. There's a part where I got the impression that they were going to go into a virtual world in the last trailer. I didn't get it in this one, but in the last one it seemed like they're going into a virtual world with the robots. But they're very hard into the sci-fi side of things. So I just don't know if that'll fully translate. Obviously we're talking about a robot. There's always a science fiction aspect to the franchise, but how far do you go before you lose the connections? The first one felt like just a little ahead of us. We're just, we know that there's AI, we know there's dolls, and so what if you had a really good AI doll and something went wrong? And so you take where we're currently at and you go a little further than it. So there's a lot of connective tissue, and the sci-fi feels very tangible and believable. And neurotransmitters and programming lady becoming a assassin or whatever was going on with the ant. That's a little bit more far-fetched. And so, I've got all these mixed feelings that it could be so ridiculous it's a lot of fun, and it could be so ridiculous it breaks the franchise, and it's like, okay, you lost me. This is too silly, this is too goofy, this is too kiddie, this is too TikTok, and I am far too middle-aged for this. I don't know which way it'll go. There's a lot in here that intrigues me. There's a lot in here that makes me very, very nervous. Maybe that's a good thing. It doesn't feel like the most obvious, safe thing. So credit where credit is due, but also, I don't know. This could get really bad real fast. Let me know your thoughts down below.